is another short morning practice. Could really be done any time of day, but really good for when we're waking up in the morning and we might be a little tight, a little stiff, and we want to gently start moving the body, waking ourselves up. A lot of these movements we're going to go through Pavanmuktasana movements, which are really good for oiling the joints, getting the circulation going in all the joints in the body. So it's also a great practice if you have arthritis. We're going to start on our backs. And when we're in the seated movements, certainly you could do them on a chair as well as on the floor. So let's get started on our backs. Do have a block available this morning if you have one, or perhaps a folded blanket would also work. So go ahead and come to lie on your back. And oftentimes when we start in the morning, we're still a little sleepy. Best that you practice before you eat anything, so hopefully your stomach is empty. And then just go ahead and start to extend your legs like you're lying in Shavasana, and inhale your arms overhead and just reach and stretch the body. You could reach one side long and then the other, just sort of gently waking the body up, and then reach again one side and then the other, finding some length in the body. And then go ahead and exhale and draw your knees in and rock a little bit side to side. And feel the length here in your lower back. And then bring the feet to the floor and place the palms of your hands right at the top of your thighs. So the heels of the hands are right where your pelvis meets the thighs, or your hips meet the thighs. And inhale here and press your hands into the thighs, allowing your lower back to arch. And depending on the placement of your pelvis and the natural tilt, you may not feel a whole lot here. But actively press your hands into your thighs and exhale, and then just release all of that. Allow your lower back to release. So work with the breath a little bit here, a little pelvic release. Inhale, press the heels of your hands into your thighs. And exhale and release the lower back. And work with your breath and start to find a little rhythm here. Inhaling and pressing into your thighs, allowing your low back to arch. And exhaling and releasing. Inhaling, pressing the heels of your hands into the tops of your thighs. And exhaling and releasing. And on your next in-breath, reach the arms overhead again. And exhale the arms down to your sides, draw the knees in, and then straighten your legs up to the ceiling, and just start to notice the stretch here in the backs of the legs. Again, the first stretch, just noticing how your body feels this morning. Flex those feet deeply. And then bend the knees, bring the feet back to the floor, and inhale the arms overhead. And we'll move back and forth between those 2 points. And stretch as you reach. So stretch the body, inhale, and exhale the arms come down, draw the knees in, and then straighten the legs and flex the feet. So all that happens on your exhale. And bring the feet back down, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, arms come down, draw the knees in, then straighten the legs and flex the feet. Do that a couple more times at your own pace. Inhale. And exhale. Feeling that rhythmic movement. Inhale. And exhale. And then bring the feet back down. Keep the knees bent. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale the arms down by your sides. This time, root down through your feet. Start to lift your hips up, a little baby bridge pose. Release the hips back down. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale the arms down by your sides. Press down through your feet. On your next inhale, lift those hips up. Maybe walk the shoulders underneath a little bit. Last time, slowly roll the spine down. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale the arms down. Root down through your feet. On your next inhale, start to lift those hips up. Maybe walk the shoulders underneath. Maybe turn the palms up this time. And exhale and slowly roll the spine down. Go ahead and extend your left leg and draw your right knee in. Take a breath here, and as you exhale, maybe squeeze it in a little bit closer. Really reach through that left foot. And then we'll start to take that right knee across the body, but keep your right shoulder on the floor. Reach that right arm out. So just take it across the body as much as it feels comfortable for you. Notice that stretch. Take a breath. And exhale all the breath out. And then draw the knee back into your chest. Bend your left knee, bring that foot back to the floor, extend the right leg up to the ceiling. And then bend and straighten that knee a few times. So we're going to start to get into that knee joint. And then straighten and press the back of the thigh into your hands. Breathe in. And exhale. We're going to take 3 breaths here. On your last breath, as you exhale, maybe you draw that leg a little bit closer. It might just be a centimeter. And if you want to go deeper, you can straighten that left leg again on the floor. Really press through the heel of your right leg. Just be mindful not to hyperextend your knee. And then draw that knee back in one more time. And extend your right leg, reach your arms overhead. And exhale and draw your left knee into your chest. Take another breath, and when you exhale this time, squeeze it in a little bit more. Maybe rock it a little side to side. Reach through that right leg. And then start to take that knee across the body, keeping your left shoulder down. Try not to let it, come up and roll over onto your side. Reach through your left hand. Just take it across the body as much as it feels comfortable for you. Start to feel a little stretch in your left hip. Taking a breath here. And exhaling, expelling all the air out, all the way down to your belly. Maybe you feel a little more twist. And then coming back to center, we'll bend the right knee, bring that foot to the floor and start to straighten the left leg. And we'll do a couple of knee bends. So straighten and bend. Moving at your pace, just getting some blood flow in that knee joint. And then straighten the leg and press the leg into your hands, your interlaced fingers. Breathe here. It might be helpful to turn the toes out the heel in just slightly, rotating the femur bone and the hip socket. Two more breaths here. If you want to go deeper, you can straighten that right leg. On the last exhale, see if you can draw that leg in a little bit closer. Maybe it's just a millimeter. And then extend that knee back into your chest. And release the foot back down. Bend both knees again, feet on the floor. This is where if you have a block, go ahead and lift your hips up and place the block on the shortest level, okay, so the flattest level. Right underneath the pelvis. It's not on your spine, it's right on the pelvic shelf there. And then from here, We're going to do something very similar to what we already did. Actually, let's start with the left leg. Extend your left leg and draw your right knee into your chest, right? We already did this movement. Now, let your left leg hover a little bit. And from here, you're going to flex the foot. So feel the stretch through your ankles as you flex that foot. And then point the toe. Flex the foot. And point the toe. And we're going to add on to this. So this time, go ahead, flex the foot, reaching through the muscles around the ankle. And then this time, as you start to point the toe, imagine that you're grabbing on to a marble or a stone. So you're actually going to take your toes and pretend that you're grabbing something with them. Feel all the muscles in the top of the foot working, and then draw the foot back and release that marble. So if you're not sure what I'm saying, take a look here. You're going to start to extend the foot. Pretend that you're grabbing that little marble or stone, so you curl the toes and then draw back like you're going to almost throw it, flexing the foot again, and release. Point, grab with the toes, and release. This is really good for your plantar fascia, and you're getting into some of the muscles in the top and the bottom of your feet that you maybe normally ignore. You might feel this up into your shin, so just keep doing it at your own pace. We're grabbing the marble and releasing. We're also releasing our lower back. This is also a great stretch to do at night. And then release that foot, place it on the floor. Release the right foot down. Draw your left knee in and extend the right leg, just like we did earlier. Hover the heel, so you're going to keep the foot lifted off the floor. Flex the foot. So first, just get used to that sensation of flexing and pointing. Flex, really reach through the heel and point. And flex. Feel the stretch in the front of the leg as well. Exhale, point. And then start to grab that marble, imaginary marble. You could do it with a real marble if you have one, but then you're going to have to keep picking it up. So we release as we flex the toes back. Start to point the toe, grab that imaginary marble, curl the toes back and release. You point, you grab, pull back and release. So you're really just curling your toes, pulling back and releasing. Curling your toes, pulling back and releasing. You can maybe find a little rhythm there. Feel all the muscles that this actually entails that are working to do this movement. And then go ahead and draw both knees in. Bring both feet down. Inhale, lift the hips up, bridge pose. Maybe reach the arms overhead. We're down through those feet. And exhale, hips come down. Release the arms down. Lift the hips up just enough to take the block out. Release your butte down to the floor. And we'll go ahead and roll over onto our sides and start to come up to sit. And I'm going to actually kneel here. If you need to, you can place that block underneath your butt to sit up. And notice how this stretches, again, the muscles around the shin bones. Really great stretch if you're a runner as well. From here, we're going to lift up the right knee and stretch through the front of the lower leg and the top of the foot. Place it down. And again, then stretch the other side. Lift that left knee up. Ooh, really feeling a lot of sensation around my ankle this morning. And bring it down. Lift up. Go ahead and tuck your toes underneath of you. Bring the hands forward like you're coming to table pose. I'm going to show you this from the side. So hands are shoulder width apart, knees are hip width apart. Tuck the toes under. Sink your hips back, keeping the hands on the floor. See if you can lift the knees up off the floor a little bit. Extend through your lower back. Stretch through the plantar fascia. Bringing the knees to the chest. As you breathe, maybe you push the floor away a little bit more. Come into this stretch. And then gently bring the knees back down. From here, thunderbolt pose, a little bit deeper into the feet. If this is too much coming up, simply bring the hands back down, take the weight off the feet. If you're okay with it, come to sit up, interlace your hands, press forward. Inhale the arms to the sky. Exhale, draw lower ribs in, draw the belly in, and bring the hands back down to the top of the head. Inhale, press up, and exhale down. Inhale, press up, and exhale down. If you need to release the toes, you can. We're going to do one more of these. Exhale down. Inhale, press up. Exhale, release the hands. Bring the hands forward. Untuck the toes. Take the knees a little wider. Sink the hips back into your child's pose. Bring the forehead down to the floor. Big breath in. And exhale it out. One more breath here. And exhale it out. Walk the hands back under on either side of your head. Start to press down to lift up. Draw the knees in. Come back to sit on your block. I'm going to face forward. If you need to sit in a chair here, you can. We're just going to start getting into all the other joints in the body. So let's actually start with the fingertips on the shoulders and just make some circles with the elbows. Inhaling forward up and exhaling back and down. You can move at your pace and then reverse the direction of those circles. And then bring the elbows down and a little twist side to side, and we can add the breath here, sniffing into the left and exhaling to the right. Last one. Come back to center, release the hands down. Make fists with your hands and go ahead and circle your wrists. Getting into those wrist joints. And then go the opposite way. We want to have mobility in all of our joints. And then take the wrists, and you can do this palms up if it's easier. Take the wrists side to side. It's a small movement. They just kind of, it's like your hand is saying no. And then forward and up, like you're revving a motorcycle engine. I've never actually driven a motorcycle, so I'm imagining that this is what it is, right? Maybe not. Now, palms up, stretch the fingers, and release, open and close. Just getting through those finger joints. And then with the elbows in at your sides, relaxing your shoulders, go ahead and take the left hand to the right fingers, pressing them down, get a nice stretch into the forearm. So these simple little stretches, go ahead and switch to the other side, taking the right hand to the left fingers. Sometimes we don't take the time to do these or they seem silly, but I'm telling you, the older I get, I have some arthritis, and I always feel so much better when I take the time to do these things. And shake it out. And then let's just go ahead and open the arms, drawing the elbows down slightly, lifting through your sternum. Big breath in, and exhale and close. Inhale and open up, arch the spine, and exhale to close. Inhale and open, and exhale and close. Inhale and open. Extend the arms out, thumbs back, big breath in. Exhale, take the palms down to your sides. Relax the shoulders. From here, we're going to take that right arm out to the side, sweep the left arm over your ear, big breath in. And exhale, look down to the floor as you reach a little bit lower. Inhale. Turn your head to gaze upward and reach the hand away from you, stretching into your neck. And exhale and sweep the arm over your ear and look down. Inhale, reach the arm away from you and look. You don't have to look totally up. You can just kind of extend to the side of your neck. Maybe look up, maybe look forward. But turning so that the chin comes up. And then as you exhale, the chin goes down, the arm goes over your ear. One more time. Inhale, turning the chin upwards, reaching the hand away. Exhaling, arm over your ear, look down. Press down with the bottom hand, gently come all the way back up. We'll go to the other side, left hand down. Inhale, right arm over your ear. Exhale, the arm reaches away from you, look down to the floor. Feel that stretch in your neck. Pause there. Again, inhale, sweeping the arm in a circle, look up. And exhale and circle it down, look down. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. One more time, inhale up, look up. Exhale down, look down. And gently come all the way back up. Drawing your chin towards your chest now. Inhale and open and look up. Lift the chin. Exhale, take the chin to the chest. Inhale, lift up with the chin. And exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Noticing any tension in the neck. Let's take small circles here, taking the chin to the side, over to the other side, and back down to the center. If it doesn't feel good on your neck to make a full circle, you can simply do a semicircle to one side and then come back to the other. I'm going to go ahead and switch the direction of my circles. Going in the opposite directions, getting a little fluid movement in the neck, and then relax the shoulders back and down. Let's go ahead and do a couple of shoulder circles here. Forward, up, back, and down. For me, I can never do too much of this in the morning. I carry a lot of tension in my neck and shoulders when I wake up in the morning, as many of us do. And then go ahead and bring your hands back to table pose. Inhale and arch your spine into a cow pose. As you exhale, start to draw your belly in and sink your hips back towards your heels. So again, I'm going to show this from the side. Inhale, back up, arch. Exhale, draw the belly in, start to sink back towards child's. Inhale up and arch. And exhale back toward child's. And inhale back up and arch. Last one. Exhale back to child's. Walk your hands back to your knees. Shift your weight to the side and swing the feet forward in front of you. So we're going to come to sit in Dandasana and work on those feet a little bit more. Flexing your feet, pointing your feet, flexing and pointing. You should feel a little more open. And notice after your practice today, when you get up and walk around, if your feet feel a little better, then turn the soles of your feet in and out like we did with the wrists, that wrist movement. And then circle, moving through all the motion of your ankles. And switch and go in the opposite direction. And then we haven't gotten too much into the hips yet, so let's go ahead and bend those knees, keeping the feet a little bit wider than the mat, and then we're just going to take the knees side to side, one of my favorite gentle hip openers, side to side. You can also do this movement on your back. And then we're going to add the arms. So as we drop the knees to the left, sweep that right arm up. Bring it back down, plant it down, knees come to the right, sweep the left arm up. Move with your breath. Inhaling through center and exhaling as you reach. There's a little twist involved here you might notice. And come back to center. Take the legs wide now. Sit up nice and tall. If you need to sit up on your blanket, you can. Make sure that you're not rounding the lower back. You can even pull the flesh of the hips out from under you. Make sure you're not locking your knees. Your toes are pointing up. Press down through the thighs and the shins. Inhale, lift up. If you need to take your hands behind you, you can to lift your sternum. Breathe here. And then one more movement here for the shoulders. We're going to sweep the right arm towards the left toe, and there's a little bit of a forward fold there. Inhale it back and down. Exhale the left hand towards the right foot. Inhale it back and down. Again, move with your breath. And come back to center, taking the hands under the knees. Straighten the legs one more time. We're going to sit up tall here. Inhale. Exhale, hinge forward, reach the fingers forward. As you inhale again, you're going to draw back like you're rowing a boat. Exhale and hinge forward. Inhale and pull back. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, pull back. Exhale, hinge forward. Be careful that you're not rounding in the lower back. It can be a very small movement. Feel that stretch in the legs and the hips. Inhale, come all the way back. Draw those knees in. Come back to your side. We're going to come back to all fours. We're going to do our first downward facing dog of the day. Now, some of you might choose to stop here. Maybe this was enough or that's all you have time for. Then I would come to lie down in Shavasana or sit in meditation. If you have a few more moments, let's go through some standing half sun salutations. So we're going to tuck the toes and lift up into downward facing dog. Breathe here. Let some blood come to the head, waking us up. And then you can either walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands. Come into a forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen your spine. And exhale and fold and bend your knees. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen your spine. And exhale and fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen your spine. And exhale to fold. Bending those knees, arms out to the side. Come to stand. Inhale and exhale, hands to your heart. Walking to the top of your mat. I'm going to stand back on mine so you can see me. Feet hip width apart. Find mountain pose, Tadasana. Press the inner ankles to the outer ankles. Notice how you feel. Bring your hands to your heart. And then inhale the arms up to the sky. Exhale over to the right, little side stretch. Inhale through center, exhale to the other side. Inhale to center and exhale and fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees as you need to. Inhale, come all the way back up to stand. And exhale, hands to your heart. Let's do that one more time and we're finished. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center and exhale over to the right. Inhale through center and exhale forward fold. Sweep down. Bend the knees as you need to. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Maybe pause here for a moment longer. Again, letting the blood get to the head. Starting to straighten the backs of the legs a little bit more if you can. And then press down through those feet, bend the knees, sink the hips back and come up with a flat back. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale here, reach the arms overhead. And exhale and allow the arms to circle down, coming back to the heart. Again, inhale, arms up. Maybe look up, and exhale, arms down, look down. Palms come back to the heart. Inhale up, making a circle. Exhale down. One more time. Bringing that nice deep breath into the lungs and expanding and exhaling down. Bring the hands back to the heart. Maybe close the eyes or soften your gaze down towards the fingertips and just take a moment and notice how you feel. And then we'll come back down either to sit, or if you want, you could lie back in Shavasana. I'm not going to guide you through that today. Instead, I'm going to end seated. We can take a few moments. So you could either stop the video here and come to lie in Shavasana, or you can come and sit and prepare for seated meditation. Finding a long spine, using your blanket or your cushion to sit tall. Palms up. Maybe taking the index finger to the thumb. Relaxing the shoulders and the elbows. Gently closing the eyes or softening the gaze. Draw your awareness inward. Finding your breath. Notice how the body feels. Notice if anything has shifted or changed in the quality of the breath and the clarity of the mind. And you could sit here for several more minutes in meditation, or you can bring the palms together in front of your heart, ending your morning practice. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, bowing forward. Namaste.